Hello, welcome. I'm a few minutes late, so I really want to first off apologise for being a little bit late. I had a few customers come in last minute, so I couldn't just shut the doors. But anyway, we're here, so sorry for being a little bit late. It's a little bit of shadow, so hopefully that's not too annoying for anyone. Okay, so welcome. My name's Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Central Victoria, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited. This is another live and I've got some amazing things to show you tonight. So welcome. If you're popping on, whether you're watching the live, the replay on Facebook, or you're watching the YouTube replay, please just pop on and tell me hello and let me know where you're watching from. Also, by liking, sharing and commenting, you go in the draw to win the card that we're making today. So I always have 2 cards each week. I do a drawing, so you know, very easy to win one of those cards. So it's a really great way, and you can do it either on my YouTube or Facebook. So plenty of ways to win. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I've got a couple of people watching now, so let's get into it. For this week, I have had no random act of kindness cards, and that's okay. I did finally send out a few this week, so I'm a little bit late in sending them out as well. But this weekend, I am going to get a lot more done and get them ready to send out the first week of October. If I don't do it the first week, usually I struggle getting them all done. Hi Chrissy, welcome. So what do I want to quickly tell you? Hi Marian, welcome. Okay, let's just get into it. So my cards on my YouTube channel this week are actually quite good. I was really happy with them. So this was the one that I made on Tuesday. It's using the Playful Penguins, and I think this lighting is going to be a little bit harsh to see. Let me go this side. So it has the puff paint on the penguins' bellies and the Stampin' Ice glitter in the bottom. And this works really well, that glitter. Both of them are in all 3 products are in the holiday catalogue and really looks great. Now this was my first sample and I tried to do some ribbon technique there. I wasn't happy with it, so on my video tutorial I went for something a little bit more simple. There's light rain up there. We've got a lovely day. I've got lots of sheets and towels and blankets dry out on the line, so I'm not complaining. It's still a little bit cold inside, so I've still got my jumper on, but a beautiful day outside. This is the second one that I did just with really basic ribbon on there, so really love how that turned out. So if you haven't seen that one, check that out on my YouTube channel. Now today I also had a video go up and it's my casing the catalogue for Thursday. This is the card that I cased. Now it's from page 12 using the wrapped in plaid suite, and I love how this turned out. So it's a little note card with an envelope, and I made both. Let's open him up. It's old school little envelope there. We're going to open it up and it's just a little note card. So cute. Perfect for a little gift. So you could even just make these to go on gifts. It looks really, really cute. And that uses the bundle with the stamp set and the punch. So I really love how this one worked out, and this is one of my favourite suites in the holiday catalogue, so I have lots more coming to you using that suite. So that is the video tutorial on today's YouTube, so check that one out if you haven't seen that one yet. Sunday's Facebook challenge, did you get to see that? Have you had a go at it? Do you know what it's all about? So every Sunday I place a challenge on my Facebook. It's a card challenge, but you could make it into a project if you would like, for us here in Victoria, it is AFL Grand Final this weekend, and I thought, what a better way to have a challenge but do footy colours. So I challenged the ladies to do footy colours. Now I think just about everyone except for one doesn't follow any football, but it's very easy to find out some team colours. And I think, you know, even if you didn't want to do football, you could do just another team. But this is my card here, and I really love how it turns out. Pineapple Punch, gorgeous, nice, bright colours. Brights are my favourites, and this is an in colour that come out in the annual catalogue. And isn't that sweet? Bloom and Grow is that stamp set. And I just did some little light watercolouring, and it's on Shimmery White cardstock. And I thought this was nice and bright. This is Richmond colours. If you follow AFL, they're in the grand final, and I thought that would be a really great way to set off the challenge. So if you'd like to join in, please do jump on my Facebook site. All you need to do is create a card and place it in the comments. Place a photo of your card in the comments. Really easy. We'd love to have you join in. And have a look at the other ladies' designs as well. They're just amazing. Really, really beautiful cards that are on, that they done last week. Now it runs till Sunday, so there'll be a new one on Sunday, but you've got till Sunday morning around 9 o'clock to get it in, so plenty of time. Okay, so I just want to talk about my blog, and I do this every week, but over my blog, you can sign up for a monthly newsletter. And by doing that, you will not only receive a printable PDF tutorial. So for this month, and we've only got a few more days left of this month, this is the card that is the tutorial. You can print it out. There's not a lot of people, and especially females, Chrissy, that like football. So I'm with you. We don't actually follow football too much in our household, but I just thought I wanted to do a challenge that was something that was going on in the area at the time. So AFL football grand final, it was just easy one to do. So this is the tutorial that's on my newsletter for this month. So sign up, you'll get this one. In a couple more days, when October turns around, there'll be a new one, and I'll show you that when that goes out. But if you want to get on that mailing list, all you need to do is jump on my blog, sign up for it. And while you're there, you can sign up for my blog tutorials to be, my blog posts to be sent out in your email. So you'll never miss what is coming up each time I have a blog. And usually I'll have a video tutorial on YouTube as well. So you'll be the first one to know as soon as it's out. It is a fun challenge, Wendy. It is. I absolutely love what the ladies come up with. They're very, very clever. Okay. So I'm going to pop the camera down quickly because I just want to show you a few more things, and then we'll get into some crafting. So give me a second. Going to switch that camera angle around. There we go. So you can go over to my blog. This is my blog address here, and sign up for those things as well. So for the month of September, Stamping Up have the DSP paper sale, buy 3 get 1 free. Now there's only a few more days. So what is it? 5 days? No. How many days have we got left? Monday. Monday's the last day. So you don't even have 5 days. This is a really great deal. Buy 3 get 1 free. There are the deal is for certain designer series papers, but they are gorgeous papers. And is a really great deal to take up. And you can take that up in my online store if you would like. Pop in that hostess code and you'll earn yourself some extra rewards there as well. So in my online store had a major revamp. If you know about Stamping Up, their online stores have just had a huge refresh. It looks really great, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So if you haven't checked that out, go over and check it out. There's also a calendar of events on there for everything that I do, and you'll know what I'm up to each day that I have something on, so you can check that out as well. Now, in my online store, if you're placing an order, please use the hostess code for each month. So this is only for September. I'll have another one in October. I'll send you a free homemade card that I've done. Also send you the bundle tutorial. So this is the one for the month. That is the card that is in this bundle tutorial that I did. Now, this will be sent out to you via email, so it's a really great deal. Heaps and heaps of ideas there. And you'll also earn yourself some Inky rewards. Check out on my blog for how to earn the Inky rewards as well. So really great deals there. Now, if you're part of my team, the Inky Stampers, these bundle tutorials will be sent to you as well. So just another great additive for joining my team. So I also want to let you know that the clearance rack has been refreshed. There's heaps of new items on there, but they are selling out fast. Up to 60% off savings, so amazing. Check them out if you haven't had a look at those as well. Now for next month, if you're a demonstrator, and this is a great reason to join if you aren't a demonstrator, there's a couple of deals that are coming out next month as of the 1st of October. The first one is this suite here. It's called Christmas Time is Here suite. This is only available to Stampin' Up demonstrators from the 1st of October. These will be available to customers in November. So if you don't want to join up, you just have to wait till November. But this is a great suite coming out. Stamp sets and dies. We have ribbon and designer series paper and embellishments. So really beautiful, and they're all roses. Let me just show you up a little bit closer so you can see. Really pretty suite. Now also next month, what's going to be available is our new Stampin' Up paper trimmer. Now this is also only available for demonstrators for October the 1st. These will be available to customers in November as well. So $44. If you're a demonstrator, you'll also get your discount off that as well. So looking forward to seeing when this one comes out. Now, Purple Posy pads, the stamp pads and the refills are coming soon. They are expected to be available mid-October, and as soon as they get into the warehouse, they will be able to be ordered. So if you're after the Purple Posy ink pads or the refills, mid-October. Okay, so I think that was everything that I had to tell you about. Let's do the draw for this gorgeous card. Now, I sent one of these cards to my best friend up in Queensland. It's her birthday tomorrow, and I hope she really likes it. I really enjoyed doing this card. So I've got 2 drawings for tonight. Let's do this one here. Michelle Birch. You're the first one. Let's do the next one. So it's great, Michelle. You haven't won before, so that's really exciting. And I have a couple. Let's pull one out. Marian Pittman. Well done. Okay, ladies, so Marian, I have your address. But Michelle, if you could please email me, tracy.bish@bigpond.com, and let me know your address. Now, I'll send them out on Monday because it is a public holiday here tomorrow in Victoria, but I'll send them out in the post on Monday. So well done. Congratulations. So for the card that we're making tonight, I'm really excited. Actually, I only did it today, but we're using the Seaside Notion stamp set. I love this stamp. It's very magical looking. I like the sketched look. So this is what we're using. The other things that we're, well, let's bring the card in first so you'll know what we're doing. It's this one here, nice and bright. I'm in love with the pineapple punch at the moment. Super cute. So the supplies that we're using as well as the stamp set are the rectangle stitched framelits, and I have the 4th largest stitched die. I've already got that one out there. You don't have it, Wendy. It's a really beautiful stamp set. I think these sentiments is what got me as well. Thinking of you with gratitude, happy birthday, and here's to you. We're using the here's to you today. Okay, so we have our inks Rich Razzleberry, Pineapple Punch and Coastal Cabana. We're also using some Versamark ink. I've got my embossing buddy, and we're embossing the seahorse with black Stampin' embossing powder. So we're also using the heat tool. I've pulled out the Happiness Blooms enamel dots because they have some really beautiful Pineapple Punch dots. And I'm also using my aqua brush as well. So that is what we have. Now I have my kit here, and you can find all the measurements and supplies over on my YouTube channel tomorrow. So I've already pre-die cut this one out. I didn't do a very good job. Let's just cut that out a little bit more. I thought I might save time by doing this, but I'm just saving the shaking of the camera because that's pretty bad, isn't it? So I hope everyone's had a really great week. I have been super busy because I've got some really good news. I'll tell you about that in just a second. So we have a thick Whisper White card base, and it's just half a piece of A4 folded in half, scored in half, and I'm just going to burnish with the bone folder. I've already die cut the Shimmery White cardstock with that 4th largest stitched rectangle. And then I've got 3 strips of cardstock. Now these measure 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches in Coastal Cabana, Pineapple Punch and Rich Razzleberry. And that's for this gorgeous little design in the background, nice and bright. And I'm also using just a little bit more of the Shimmery White cardstock for that sentiment. Now, I will say I did heat emboss on a piece of Rich Razzleberry to go on top, but I just thought that looked a little bit too dark and I didn't really like the look of it, so I went over with some watercolouring. So a little bit different, but I like how that one turned out. I think this one was way too dark, and I really liked watercolouring with the Pineapple Punch. I find when I googled seahorses, now a lot of them come up yellow, so I'm not sure whether all of them are yellow or whether that was just on Google, but I thought I wanted it in Pineapple Punch, and well, the water's obviously blue in the background, so I had to go around in the blue, which left me the sentiment had to be the Rich Razzleberry. So let's bring in, and we'll start off with the Shimmery White cardstock. And because I'm using the black Stampin' embossing powder, which is really, well, mine is really fine, I find that I have to use the embossing buddy, otherwise all those stray bits of powder get caught everywhere. So I'm just going to run that over, bring in the stamp, and I'm going to ink that up with the Versamark ink. And I didn't clean the stamp off before from making the card, so which is a real no-no, isn't it? I'm just going to pop that down in the middle. And bringing that powder in. I like keeping my embossing powders in a container. I just find it's a little bit easier. See how fine that powder is? Still end up getting little bits everywhere. Now before I use the heat tool to heat that up and emboss, I'm going to bring in that other bit of Shimmery White, and we'll bring in the sentiment, and we're going to just do the same thing. So Versamark ink, it down. So you just get it everywhere if you don't hit the embossing buddy over it. I find it's not too bad with the white and the other colours, but the black is really super fine. So I'm going to bring my heat tool in and I'm just going to quickly heat that up. What it does is it melts that powder into a nice glossy design. So there's seahorse as well. And it's a really nice black embossing. Now, the reason I did emboss in, the reason I embossed is that we're watercolouring, and I find that when we emboss and then watercolour over the top, it stays inside the lines because we have that raised design with the embossing. So I have my aqua brush, and all I'm going to do is bring in some of that pineapple punch. Now I've got some already on my lid, but if you don't have any on your lid, you just close it up and squeeze it down a little. Hi Sue, thanks for joining in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up some of that colour and just colour it in. And you can make this as light or as nice and bright as you like, depending on how much water you put down. I find with the yellow, I put down a little bit more water, and then when I come back in with the Coastal Cabana, I'm going to have a little less water. Okay. So we do need to let that dry before we can move on to the blue. So I'm just going to pop that to the side for a second. Bring just a baby wipe in. I just want to get rid of that colour on the aqua painter. Bringing the sentiment in, all I'm going to do is do the same thing with the rich razzleberry. And I just want to create a nice little bit of a wash in the background. Now if you're making these at home, you can let that dry by itself. I'm going to hit it with the heat tool just to quickly give it a quick dry. Now because that's dry, we can go in with the Coastal Cabana and just go around the edges. Now if you were to leave that wet and go straight in with the Coastal Cabana, what it'll do is they may mix the colours together, which is no big deal. It just turns it green, but I want a blue background, not a green one. So let's just go in. I'm going to be careful around the edges. And that's a little bit more water than I would like, but we'll keep going. And you could do the whole piece if you would like. I just wanted to focus just a little bit around the edging. So what's everyone been up to? I've been really busy because next month of October I'm doing all Halloween projects and cards. It's going to be Halloween Central, and it's really funny because this is the first year that I've even done a Halloween card. It's not something, especially in the area that I live in, they don't celebrate it. It's not even celebrated in the biggest town near us, so but I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I'm really excited for that. Oh, that's a big bit. Let's get rid of that. And I have 22 projects next month throughout the whole of October. 22. That's the most I've ever done. And so we just finished that off. I'm going to pop that to the side just to let that dry a little bit. I'm going to bring this one in and bring the trimmer in to cut it down. So hopefully you'll join me for all my Halloween projects. Now, even if you don't celebrate Halloween, all these projects can be adapted into Christmas projects. So that's what I was really excited about. You can change them to Christmas stamp sets. And it would look really good. So let's just gonna cut this down just that little bit more. Oh no. That moved, hang on. So I'm not sure what I'll do this weekend. I think I'll have a bit of a break, but I also want to start getting ready for November. Because I work full time, it's a little hard. I don't want to spend all my weekends in my office. I like to spend a bit of time with the family, so if I can get a little bit done, just be a little bit more prepared, I'll be happy. But I'm so excited to show you next month's projects. So very even. There we go. Okay. So this isn't quite dry yet, so I might pop this to the side, let it dry. We'll work on some of the other elements here. Oh, okay, Marian, you like it's much softer. Yes. Wendy, looking forward to seeing your Halloween projects. Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to showing you. So we have our 3 pieces of card here, and in the stamp set, there is a sand stamp here, and we're going to colour that in or stamp that on each of the colours. So I'm going to start with my lightest colour, which is the Pineapple Punch. And this is really quick to do. I think it gives it a little bit extra detail. So I'm just going to stamp really quickly. I might as well do the whole lot. These pieces are just a little bit longer than are needed. I have my shimmy here just to clean off each colour. Do you guys use a shimmy? I'm so glad that Stampin' Up! Brought them out. They're amazing. And the trick when you're cleaning them is, so Coastal Cabana is the next one. You run it in the hot water first, and that gets rid of, I believe, the reds. And then once you've cleaned all the reds out, you run it under the cold water, and that gets all the greens and the other colours out. Very clever. So there's our sand on that one. So I'm going to clean that off again. Everyone's a little quiet tonight. And the rich Razzleberry is the last colour. So I'm part of a couple of blog hops next month as well. So that's really exciting. I'm hoping that I haven't overextended myself, but I think I should be right. As long as I can keep up and keep things a little bit early, I should be right. Okay, so we have all our elements. This is not dry, so let's bring the heat tool in and just quickly heat that up. So I've got my thick Whisper White card base, and if you're going to use white as your card base, the thick one is the best one to use. It just holds up so much better. I have the shell stamp, and I'm going to bring back in the Pineapple Punch, and I'm just going to randomly stamp that shell around. I know it's a little bit hard to see because it's so light there. Not sure if I stamped off first. Yeah, I think I stamped off, so isn't that terrible? I only made this card this afternoon or earlier today. So I'm just going to randomly stamp, moving that stamp around. And this just ties that seahorse in really beautifully. You didn't notice the shell, Wendy? Yeah, it's because it's so light, and with these the lights that I've got on, they're really super bright as well, so it probably doesn't show up all that well. Okay, so I'm really like how that one's turned out. We can start popping on these beautiful layers here. And I'm just going to use some Tombow Mono glue for that one. Now, I liked it at an angle, and although these pieces are a little bit bigger, all I'm going to do is just chop off the edges once I've got them all down. So we're butting all of them up against each other. I'll just put glue to there. And they come together really nicely. Pineapple Punch. Okay, so I can turn this over and just take that excess off with my scissors. The only problem with that is you end up with a little bit of glue on your surface. Let's just pick that up. Oh, you couldn't see it from a distance. Yeah, okay, Wendy. That's why I sort of thought I'd bring it up a little bit closer, because I can even see it's a little bit harder to see just standing here, so absolutely. A little bit more glue there. Okay. I'm going to pop up the seahorse. So let me bring some dimensionals in towards the end of this pack. And I can see I probably should have put that just up a little bit higher by a fraction, but it won't matter too much. Now what I did is I put 3 along, and then down here I just popped in a little bit of the Tombow glue, because we have this piece is popped up a little bit. Okay. Just taking all our backings off. I love happy, bright coloured cards, which is funny because my favourite season is autumn and winter, but I love bright. And there we go. Popping that somewhere in the middle. There we go. And our sentiment that we have already cut off, I'm just going to cut down just a little bit. I want it to be the same size as the stitched rectangle. There we go. And I popped this up with just some of the edges of our dimensionals, the bones. Perfect for popping up sentiments like this. And fit in perfectly, look at that. Made for it. Okay, so now we're just going to bring in those little epoxy enamel dots. And just got my paper piercer here. Let's put on a large one down the bottom here. And then we're going to do a medium and a small. And these are really, really nice enamel dots. Love how they're nice and bright. There we go. So that's the card that we've made today using the Seaside Notions stamp set, which is a really beautiful one in the annual catalogue. Okay, so we have Marian and Michelle Birch won our cards from last week. If you could please email me, Michelle, or send me a message via Messenger, that would be really great, and I'll get them out to the mail on Monday. Okay, so I'm going to pop the camera back around. Excellent. All right, thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed today's card. I can't wait till next month, so I'm really excited. Actually, I'm just thinking, is today's the last Thursday of this month? Let me have a look. It is. Great. So next Thursday on our Facebook Live is Halloween, so really excited to be showing you those ones. And I also have a special for people who order in October that I'll be showing you in the Facebook Live as well. So hopefully you can join me then. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful night and have a great weekend, and a long weekend if you're here in Victoria. and I can't wait to see you all next week. All right, bye-bye.